Hello friends, today we're visiting the lost Michigan community of Five Lakes, which is in Lapeer County. Here's right down here, and the old rail line, the lumber rail line, that went out to Fish Lake, goes up this way, and was eventually continued up to the little village of Five Lakes, which is right here. And I want to thank a couple of my friends for their great deal of assistance in the research and preparation for this video. Wes Imel and Holly Smith of Holly's History Files. The still photographs that I use of the cemetery are property of Holly Smith and contributed by her. And background information was also obtained from Wes Imel of New Arcadia Metal and Works. Located in Mayfield Township, Lapeer County, at the corner of Five Lakes Road and Kings Mill Road. And there's really just a couple of commercial structures left here in the town. We're just going to go real slow here and see a couple of them. One of them is this interesting old garage building that certainly dates back quite a few years. Isn't that something? That's pretty cool. And it's also got a whole bunch of old vehicles and stuff out back that date back for many years. And this is the old store, if I'm not mistaken. Look at this it's this gas station and grocery store at one time. Isn't that kind of cool? If you look real close, you can see that it was a Sunoco station. Five Lakes Market, I think it was called. And of course it's covered with no trespassing and signs like that, but it's still pretty cool. And we're just going to stop and have a look. And in the windowsill there's stickers about local law enforcement and Lapeer County Press being sold here. I was wondering, I thought there might be some advertising signs or something, but nothing like that. And then directly across the street from that is the old schoolhouse. This school was built in the 1920s as a replacement for the 1870s version that burned down. And this is called a two-room school, featuring 2 classrooms, bathrooms, and 2 coat closets. It served as a storage facility for a business in the 1980s and then was remodeled into living quarters. Hidden deep in the woods to the west of here, behind the school on private property, is a very tiny cemetery that still has about 5 headstones visible. One of them belonging to Henry Nash, a Civil War veteran from Michigan. It is much more heavily overgrown now, and as I said, it's on private property, so don't trespass or disturb the area. This is not open to the public. I filmed this in 2 visits, one in the fall and one in the winter time, and I wanted to give you an idea of what it looks like in different seasons, because it's a lovely area. And here's a shot of the schoolhouse again, and the neighborhood around it. The former Five Lakes Market and gas station that we showed you earlier. Looks very calm and beautiful here in the wintertime, just like it's resting for the season. And then up ahead we have the commercial building, which I'm unsure of the history of, but to me it kind of looks like it could have been a blacksmith shop or a repair garage of some sort. The entire town was owned by the lumber company that harvested the wood from this area. It was really the quintessential company town that you hear about, where everything here was owned and controlled by the company. Contemporary reports say that the railroad came here twice a day, Monday through Saturday. Although the exact location of the rail bed has not been identified, it possibly was close to Five Lakes Road here where we're turning, as there was a hotel right here on the corner in this little woodlot on the west side of the road. Hard to believe there was so many commercial buildings and so much activity here where there's none now. There was also an Lds Church, Latter-day Saints or Mormons, depending on how you want to say it. It is located right along this strip here, maybe a little further down than where I'm at right now. Other businesses included, of course, the giant lumber mill, associated shingle mills, and other kind of milling and manufacturing support services. A large general store with a good selection of merchandise, the hotel, a telegraph office, the 40 or so houses provided for the employees, along with a school, blacksmith shop, a substantial dance hall, grain elevator, post office, and of course a saloon, all controlled by the Piper Thompson Corporation. They provided housing for the lumbermen who worked here, and I wonder if perhaps these two very old-looking small homes here of similar construction may have been part of the worker housing project. And there are certainly still some interesting things to see here in the area. This beautiful old barn, the Texaco gas station sign, which wasn't part of the community, but was placed there by someone who seems to like antiques and collectibles. Look at that beautiful barn. And then this house here looks to be a very old farmhouse. It's probably been here since the time of the village was founded, I would think. And another one just up ahead here that has a very impressive fieldstone rock foundation on it. And just to the west of town is this fascinating old stone house here, which I find quite lovely. Let's see if you can get a good view of it or not. But it also has several no trespassing signs on it. But this something about old stone houses I've just always found quite intriguing, and I think they're just very stylish and nice to look at. A barn here. This is a nice old barn. Very nice old barn. It's got a metal roof on it and is very well preserved.